Another spring camp report here at the Dauch Indoor Sports Center. Steve Baker, head coach Chuck Martin joins us. And coach, another week in the books, getting a week closer to spring, the spring showcase on the 23rd. Give us your overall thoughts and the progress of the team so far.
Yeah, it's been a blast so far. Unfortunately, we're already 8 in. It goes so quickly. You're just starting, the next thing you know, you're in the spring showcase, and then you don't get to practice in August. So it's kind of sad we're 8 in already. So tons of great stuff. We have a lot of positions that we got a lot of young guys that aren't close to being ready to play. They're starting to figure it out. They're starting to do some nice things. Consistency, obviously, you're always talking about guys that haven't played in a lot of games. Consistency is going to be the issue. But this is the spring and fall camp when they get so much better. They get to practice. There's no games hanging over their head. They get to watch the tape. They get to see the good stuff, what caused the good things. They get to see the stuff that's and then they get to see the big mistakes and then what caused them. And typically it's just fundamental stuff that caused them. Typically it's not somebody overwhelmed them. So we're in such a huge, steep learning right now that every rep is so important. We're playing tons of teams reps, so I wish it was 8 of 30, not 8 of 15. But it's going very well so far.
Well, and that brings me to my next question. We talked a lot about the young guys kind of drinking from a fire hose a little bit last week, but getting better. Are you able to build depth because there's so many new positions out there available? Are you able to build some depth with all those reps?
Yeah, I don't know how many fans played spades, but I played a lot of spades in college. I said a lot of positions like a bad spades hands. It's like one proven player, possibly 10. And it's not never you want. If you know what I'm talking about with spades, you never want to. Yeah. What do you mean one possibly? But we have a lot of talented young guys that haven't played a bunch because with the COVID and guys getting that extra year, a lot of them would have played last year, but a lot of those super seniors, so their career got slowed down a little bit, which is okay because they didn't lose their year. But no, there's a lot of good stuff happening, and kids already know they're getting better. It's one thing for me to tell them, hey, you're getting better. They know there's some kids building some confidence, and then also building some hey, I know when I do it wrong, it doesn't work. I know when I do it right, it does work. So it's self-correcting where some of my kids couldn't self-correct 7 practices ago. Now, they're looking at you before you go to correct them yeah, my eyes were bad, and I need to get there or whatever. So, or communication was bad. So, but there's a lot of guys that are building that confidence and belief in themselves that, hey, when I do it right, I can play this game at a high level.
Last week we talked about newcomers a little bit. Let's talk about some of the guys coming back. Brett Gabbert, start there. Talked with him last week. Seems ultimately very confident and ready to go.
Yeah, no, he's practicing great. And it's funny, we had a recruit receiver come on an unofficial visit and watch practice. First thing he said after practice was, man, it's not hard to play receiver here, and I didn't really know what he meant by that. So I asked him, I said, what do you mean? He's like, just watch 2-hour practice, and every pass is right here. I'm like, I'm pretty astute. He goes, all I got to do is run routes and get open. He'll put the ball there I'm like, yeah, he's pretty accurate. So he's playing really, really at a high level. Jaywalk is practicing at and again, it's the beauty when you watch Brett and Jaywalk of they don't have any competition per se. Brett's not getting beat out. Jaywalk's not getting beat out. But they're practicing harder and smarter than everybody else on the offense, So Hip's doing some really nice things. He was a little bit hurt at the beginning of spring, but since he's been out here, he's doing some nice things. Jack Coldiron's doing some really, really good things. Nate Mersch, Kevin Davis, Keon Mosey, a lot of the guys that are returning are, again, not sitting here and saying, hey, I played a bunch and I'm going to play a bunch again, but I'm working on my game because I have my own goals and aspirations where I'm trying to take it. Ertl's doing a great job on defense. Really the only guy with Kobe. Kobe's been nicked up, so Ertl's really the only guy up front that's really ever played for us. Him and Tone are doing a good job. Good to have Ryan McWood back out there. And then pretty much everybody else on defense. Quez and John Saunders played some, and they're doing some great things. But a lot of the other guys, defense, just young guys, just trying to figure this thing out.
Coach, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, Coach Chuck Martin again. The Spring Showcase coming up on April 23rd. Gates open at 12 noon at Yager Stadium. The Spring Showcase starts at 1 o'clock.